you've been on the job now a couple of years. It's gone by pretty quickly, too. I feel like I blinked and it's now been a couple of years. What would you give yourself a report card at this point, or how do you feel like things are going?
Sure. Well, I'll tell you, this fabulous time and opportunity to be the commissioner for the Georgia Department of Transportation. And this state is doing so many great things, and the opportunity that's in front of us now with funding, having funding at the state level and having funding at the federal level, really is going to give us the ability to do things we haven't been able to do in a number of years. So we're very excited about that, and we take that very seriously. The public accountability and transparency is very key to delivering and making sure our public knows what they're getting and that they're getting good quality infrastructure, and that's our job.
Absolutely. I mean, finally, like you said, there is money to be spent on infrastructure, and that's something I think a lot of people have been, really looking for several years, and it's finally a time where that construction can happen in certain areas that have been, not neglected is not the right word I want to use, but that need it, I guess.
Well, certainly our road conditions and roadway conditions have degraded to conditions that we're not proud of, and certainly that's not through the dedication and the hard work of the men and women of Georgia Department of Transportation, because it really pains them when they see conditions degrade. And certainly all our public driving on rough roads and seeing things in not good conditions is not good for anybody. So we're excited now that we can make these investments and really bring our conditions back up to a state of good repair. And that makes everybody a little happier. They're not driving worrying about hitting potholes or trying to miss potholes, and the overall appearance of the roadways will be better. So we're excited now that we're getting to this point where we now can start implementing those type of projects.
Which this summer, of course, we're getting close to summertime, and so many of those projects that are going to be kicking off and affecting so many drivers, kind of want to warn them and get them mentally prepared that you're probably going to see more construction this summer.
Absolutely. I mean, we are very excited to be able to do this work, but to be able to do this work means we have traffic impacts, and we're going to try to minimize those to the maximum extent possible. But we want you to be aware and let you know to plan ahead so that you can avoid them and be ready. We don't want you to be going on summer vacation or enjoying a nice weekend and run into construction and delay getting to where you want to be. So go to the 511 app and use it, or the 511 website, and get that real-time traffic information. Obviously, you can get it from right here with Channel 5 as well, but make sure you get that traffic information before you go. Know before you go, as we say.
What would you say are going to be the biggest projects to keep an eye out on? I know the resurfacing on the downtown connector will be a big one. I'm not sure yet if the 285-400 interchange is going to start anything this year or not, but there's some big ones.
We have a lot of big work going on. All you have to do is get on I-75, and of course, we get on I-75 in Georgia to go places, but so does most of the southeast, and the East Coast comes I-75 going through Florida. And we have, of course, two big projects going on now, north of town up in Cobb and Cherokee counties on I-75 and 575. That work will continue all summer long, a lot of nights, a lot of weekends. And then 75 south of town, so from down in the Clayton and Henry County part, from 675 all the way down into past McDonough. So that work will continue all summer long. So I-75 will be busy. But all the way around 285, we have work going on everywhere. As you think about 285, even Riverside Parkway, we have some roundabouts that will be under construction on that section. We have Atlanta Road over in the Cobb County section, that interchange under construction. And of course, I-20 will be under construction, repaving I-20, which desperately needed on the west side out toward Douglasville. So that's work going on everywhere.
That one, it may be one of the worst ones I've driven, and it was just recently, I felt like I was going like this over parts of I-20, so I know that one's overdue and ready to be fixed up.
I think everybody's looking for that relief that's been on the west side commuting back and forth. I-20 certainly is desperately needed to be repaved, and we're glad that we're out there doing it now, but just bear with us. We have Six Flags out there, major attractions, people going back and forth. That's again, know before you go. Get on 511 and find out when those lane closures are going to be out there before you leave your house. Let me mention this. We will have construction starting on Interstate 85 up in Gwinnett County to add new express lanes north from where they end up at Old Peachtree Road up to Hamilton Mill Road. So anticipate construction in the August timeframe. You'll start see working going on there. So again, for those northeast commuters, be ready to see that work get underway. So we're excited to see that work going on as well. And on I-285 and 400, we anticipate you would see some construction late fall, maybe winter of this year. But that project is off and running, but the work that's being done now is the design part, buying the property, doing the permitting and all the things that you have to do before you turn the first blade of dirt. But we do anticipate that to be late fall or winter time of this year. So we're excited to bring some relief to that very busy interchange. So we're very excited to bring relief to 400 up in Forsyth County, really McFarland Road, all the way up to State Route 369 in Forsyth County above Cumming. But that comes with some pain of doing the work. And we're actually working, going northbound in the morning, which has caused rubbernecking from everybody that's commuting in southbound. And we regret for people having those backups, but again, I think as people sort of adjust and know that they're going to see work going on in the northbound direction every morning, hopefully those rubbernecker delays are reduced. And we're excited about this project because it was innovative that we asked the contractor to say how far they could build the project. We said, here's how much money is available. Now, how far can you build the project? And so we got the maximum length out of the project for the value. So a little innovative, a little different way to contract. Instead of saying, we'd like you to build from A to B, we said, here's how much money we have, and the contractor was able to build from A to Z. And so a much better value for the taxpayer. So we're glad to have that, but it comes with a little bit of pain management of trying to work in the northbound direction while everybody's commuting in the mornings. Now, obviously we know we will not be working northbound in the afternoons when everybody's trying to go northbound, and so the lane restriction times are different. So hopefully this is only a sort of everybody getting acclimatized to seeing work going on 400 and traffic smooths out.
And then I do want to mention Arrive Alive, Drive Alert Arrive Alive, and talking about the fact that launched about a year ago, and it's raised a lot of awareness. Has it really helped? Let's hope so. But the numbers are still not where we need them to be or want them to be.
Yes, absolutely. Drive Alert Arrive Alive is our campaign to really bring emphasis and awareness to the tragic deaths we're having on Georgia roadways and across this nation, where we're seeing much increased percentages over previous years, and that's tragic. And the things we're seeing give us real concern. We know for a fact that more than 50% of the fatalities on our road are people not wearing their seatbelts. That's basic. Most people, I mean, we all know to wear our seatbelts, but for whatever reason, people are not, and they're subsequently may be losing their lives because of that. The other thing we're seeing is a high percentage, over 50%, or right at 50% of the fatalities being single vehicle crashes, meaning nobody's hitting them or they're not hitting other vehicles. For whatever reason, people are losing control. And without a lot of direct evidence, we know that distracted driving has to play a part of that. So this is very serious. It's a serious issue that we have to address. We encourage everybody to put the phone down. It's not worth it. No text or even call is worth it. So put that phone down and pay attention. Keep your head up and drive alert so you can arrive alive.
It's just so crazy how, I don't know if it's life is just moving so fast, but everybody's in such a rush to get where they're going, and they're on the phone at the same time. I mean, it is alarming when you are just driving around and you just look around at kind of the traffic around you and kind of see it's just a scary pattern of behavior we're seeing here.
Driving in this morning, I saw somebody texting and driving and almost sideswiping another vehicle. It's just not worth it. It is just not worth it, and we have to pay attention to what we're doing. As much as we think we can multitask, and I'm just as guilty as anybody of wanting to be able to multitask and find out what that text is about, but it is not worth it. Disable that phone, put it in your trunk, put it in your glove box. That text is not worth it. So very important as the summer comes on and we're out there working, we're just asking everybody to pay attention into those work zones. Pay attention always, but especially as you get in the work zone, expect the unexpected. Conditions change from the day before you drive through. When you come through the next time, there may be something different, so pay attention. We have, again, a lot of orange cones out all summer long, and we're just asking you to pay attention to those work zones. Look out for our workers. Tragically, we had a worker hit is at Grady Hospital, and we're waiting to make sure that he's going to be okay. But these ladies and men out there working on our roadways are just trying to do their job, and we want them all to go home safely every night. So please, as you get in these work zones, pay attention and watch out for those workers out there.